The media has no idea what they're talking about when it comes to AI or how technology is used. People often use the phrase, "robots are coming for your job," as a rallying cry, but the next day, people are more worried about AI starting World War III. Not only do robots and AI have little in common with each other, but AI is still in its early stages. Also, it can be broken down into several different technological steps. People who understand how AI works and how it can be used will be the best prepared for the future of work. People are being tricked into thinking that they need to be afraid of automation and a vague superintelligence, but this won't be true for people who know how AI works. Jerome Pezzenti, CEO of Benevolent Tech, which is part of the UK tech unicorn Benevolent AI, thinks that artificial intelligence is making us think about the world of work in new ways, but that we shouldn't be afraid of it. AI is making us change how we think about work. Pezzenti was a vice president at IBM Watson for a long time, and now he's in charge of the UK government's Artificial Intelligence Review. Everyone can agree on one thing: AI is likely to have a big and long-lasting effect on our society. Even though there are always disagreements about what AI could be, this is still the case. These scary scenarios are still a long way from what we face as a society, but when some people hear the word AI, the first thing that comes to mind is Skynet from the Terminator movies. In the past, different technologies have been made. People are always worried that AI will hurt jobs. Still, if you step back, you'll see that we've talked about this before. Technology and mechanical improvements have already left their mark on our past and on our civilization as a whole. Even as recently as the 1800s, farming took up 80% of the workforce in the United States. But since machines were invented, humans have been able to stop doing some things by hand, which has led to a rise in overall productivity. Less than 2% of people working in the United States are farmers at the moment. This means that people have more time to do other things. The same is expected to happen with artificial intelligence. Because technology is changing quickly and the amount of data we create every day is growing, it's becoming easier and easier to give routine tasks to artificial intelligence. In the real world, this is already starting to show up in companies that use AI to do things like accounting, driving, legal work, and answering phones in call centers. These accomplishments are part of a long history of a workforce that's always changing. This history is based on what we've been able to do as technology has improved, to make new opportunities that go beyond productivity. But we can't just give some jobs to machines and give up on other things to solve this problem. To take advantage of these changes and the new jobs they'll bring, we need to be able to adapt and learn new skills just as we have in the past. AI will change how we do our jobs, but it won't make us work or not work at all. It'll help us be more productive, which will lead to new opportunities for innovation and the economy. This includes everything from new companies to new leaders in an industry to the possibility of creating whole new industries. The World Economic Forum says that more than half, or 65%, of today's elementary school kids will end up working in jobs that don't even exist yet. From this prediction, we can see that the landscape will look very different in the future. If we let it, artificial intelligence could help us as a society solve some of the most difficult problems and challenges that the world is facing right now. Diagnostic technologies are giving doctors more time to focus on treating patients directly. Because of this, we're starting to see changes in the quality of care we give every day. Researchers have also been able to take advantage of the increased computing power that AI has given them. This has made their research much more efficient and given them access to new discoveries much more quickly. It may come as a surprise to learn that scholarly articles are still the most important way that new research is shared in the modern world. This shows that researchers are still reading one article at a time from the scientific literature, even though tens of thousands of new papers are being written every day. Artificial intelligence can cut down on how long it takes scientists to read all of these papers and figure out what they mean. In fact, our researchers at Benevolent AI have used this method to learn about a disease in just a few hours, and they've come up with a new theory in just a few days. This makes it much faster to find new drugs, which will help bring down the cost of making new treatments. The new model of how people interact with each other. How artificial intelligence will change the way people use computers is another topic that's getting more and more attention. The truth is that we've always had to change the way we use computers. Since the beginning, this has been the case. We've gotten used to machines even though the way they work isn't natural. This basic method uses a clear order of bits and well-designed algorithms. Just look at the QWERTY keyboard. It forces us to talk in a way that's very unnatural. And even though people have tried to make computers talk the way we do, we have had to change to make that happen. We expect that the use of machine learning will bring about even more change. With it, computers can figure out how to do things like looking at a series of examples. They no longer have to be programmed one step at a time because machine learning can help make new algorithms based on the data it gets. One thing that these learning algorithms do better than others is making sense of data in a way that people find natural, like through language, speech, or pictures. As a result of this change, using this technology in the future will be less unnatural because it will combine human skills with the power of computers. The difference will come down to skill. In reality, artificial intelligence shouldn't be seen as a risk, but rather as a big chance to grow our abilities and the area in which we work. This could cause a change in the balance of power, and the United Kingdom wants to be at the front of the line when that happens. The difference will be made by human talent, since it will be important to be able to drive its influence across industries. Artificial intelligence is not something to be afraid of. Instead, it's something to be excited about because of the possibilities it holds. So, in short, people worry, and with good reason, that AI will one day take their jobs. The situation is much more dangerous because many economies are growing slowly and the job market isn't stable. The goal of artificial intelligence is to give computers more abilities, which will have a big impact on how society works. As more regular tasks are done automatically, the amount of time spent on administrative tasks will go down. It means that people will be able to focus on work that's more important, since they won't have to write report after soul-crushing report. It means that scientists will find out more, doctors will have access to more cutting-edge information and be able to save more lives, and police officers will be able to do more patrols. The goal of artificial intelligence is to make people more productive, and it could lead to 1,000 new businesses that create whole new markets. That was all from our side. What do you think about the advancements in AI and what we've seen as the most recent example, which is ChatGPT? Should we embrace it? Let us know in the comments section below. See you next time.